So we have just 7 more likes to go to get 100 likes to the prepare for the CCHI video, and that way we can get the 100 likes and we are going to be posting Pt.1 to YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's going to be this week because we only have just 7 more likes to go. So let's do it, guys. Let's get the prepare for the CCHI to 100 likes. Let's get the Pt.1 posted on YouTube so you guys can get a chance to comment on that video. We're gonna pick 2 comments at random, and the people who those 2 comments belong to are gonna get exclusive links to Pt.22 medical interpretation practice video 22. And we're gonna give them a chance to record their interpretations, send them over to us. That way we can go ahead and provide them with some feedback. So let's do it, guys. Let's get the prepare for the CCHI video to 100 likes. We only just have 7 more likes to go. And if you're wondering what this is the movie poster for the movie 7 that I just drew, except for this and this, of course. And this is 7, the little 7s right there, and that is clearly Brad Pitt, as you can see, and this is my man Morgan Freeman right there. So this is a tribute. Since we only got just 7 more likes to go, I decided I was gonna draw a movie picture for you guys for the movie 7. So I hope you appreciate my artistic skills. Of course, I didn't even have to tell you that was Brad Pitt and that was Morgan Freeman for you to know. But I just had to do it anyway. All right. So thank you so much for helping us get that video to 100 likes. And I'm just stalling because I accidentally clicked on the wrong window here and I couldn't see my script. All right, so let's get started, guys. Hello and welcome to Unwind Sessions, where right after my shift I give the highlights of my workday and answer any questions that might have been asked at a previous session. My name is Juan. I am an English, Spanish, medical video remote consecutive interpreter with over 4 years of experience. Today is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021, and today I took a total of 31 sessions. It was, like always, a mix between audio sessions and video sessions. However, today there was unusually much more audio sessions, and I saw a rumor going around in Facebook saying that my company is hiring, well, not my company, right, but the company that I work for is hiring for OPI interpreters only. So that could probably explain why I had so many OPIs today, more OPIs than VRIs, but who knows, right? Anyways, it's not like I'm complaining. I love OPI. I mean, don't get me wrong, VRI is awesome. You can see the person you're speaking to, but having to be VRI one call after the other, having to have your face fixed on a screen and having to remain in a good posture is almost impossible. All right. That's not to discourage you. It can be done. I've been here for, what is it? I've been working for this company for 3 years on the 27th. So on Friday, I turn 3. All right, so it can definitely be done. Don't let that discourage you. I'm just saying, if I had to pick between OPI and VRI and the pay was the same, hands down OPI. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get started. So today's video is called 10 Must Know Reproductive Clinic Vocabulary Terms Part 1. Thank you, A. Lim, for that suggestion. And I decided to do this as a reproductive clinic vocabulary because I think IVF is like such specialized thing, and it has so much technical vocabulary that I'm pretty sure we're never gonna use. So I included things that I've actually had to interpret, except for one. I'll tell you which one that is, but I included that because I think it would aid in your learning experience. And then I added other stuff that are not related to IVF. They're related to reproductive stuff, but that's are like really tied together. So that's why I decided to do a reproductive clinic vocabulary, and I hope that this helps you. It does have a lot of IVF vocabulary. So the definitions were brought to you by ivfmd.com and cancer.gov. All right, so let's get started with word number one. Term number one is andrologist, and this is in English and in Spanish, andrólogo. And an andrologist is a scientist who specializes in the study of male reproduction and performs laboratory evaluations of male fertility. He or she may hold a PhD degree instead of a MD. The andrologist is usually affiliated with a fertility treatment center that performs in vitro fertilization. So an andrologist is pretty much the doctor that tests the male, right? Because when a woman goes into a fertility clinic saying that she cannot conceive, the first thing that they're gonna tell her is, we need to get you and your partner tested. So she gets tested with a different doctor, and the male will get tested with an andrologist to make sure, to be able to find out who is the one that's having the problem, and then they could give them appropriate treatment, right? Because if the guy's a problem, it's going to be completely different than if the girl is a problem, right? All right, so number two, assisted hatching, and this is incubación asistida. And now, an in vitro laboratory procedure in which the zona pellucida, protective outer shell of an embryo, usually at the 8th cell stage of the blastocyst stage, is perforated by chemical, mechanical, or laser-assisted method. This can be assisted with separation of the embryo from its zona pellucida and may increase the chance of embryo implantation during IVF. So this is something that they do. This is a procedure that allows the technician or the doctor to be able to put in the sperm to go ahead and fertilize the egg, right? And I'm not an expert on the subject, but from this definition, I would imagine that if they just go ahead and do it, it will reduce the chances of the sperm actually fertilizing the egg, right? So for some reason, they have to go ahead and remove that outer layer, and they will be able to put a needle in there, right, to get the sperm in there to fertilize the egg. So that is a procedure that needs to be done in IVF. All right, and number three, assisted reproductive technology, which is in Spanish, reproducción asistida. So that's probably like the first time that we'd have something that it's much shorter in Spanish than in English, right? The abbreviation for assisted reproductive technology is ART, A-R-T, and this is the assisted reproductive technology, ART, is medical treatments aimed at helping women, men, and couples with fertility obstacles conceive and give birth to a healthy child. In vitro fertilization, IVF, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, ICSI, and assisted hatching are examples of fertility treatment used to help begin successful pregnancies. So these are things that are done in case the couple is not able to reproduce by just regular damn, I forgot the word, but just regular sex, right? What's the correct term for it? Intercourse. Yes, intercourse. When they're not able to conceive from just regular intercourse, right? They're gonna need something. Most of the time, well, I don't know. I can't say most of the time, right? I don't have the statistics, but some of the time. They don't really need this assisted reproductive technology, depending on the things. Maybe their hormones are not working right, they just takes hormones, or it just depends, right? But assisted reproductive technology, we now know that it's in vitro, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, and assisted hatching. And that's just some examples. I'm pretty sure that there are more. All right, number 4, egg donor, donador de óvulos. Now, a woman who provides eggs or ova to another person who needs eggs, the other person can be male in a male-male relationship, or can be another woman with poor quality or quantities of eggs. Donated eggs will be fertilized in the laboratory to create embryos, after which the embryo is implanted in the uterus of the infertile woman, or as a surrogate. In the infertile woman, or as a surrogate. All right. I don't know how to proceed here. All right. Let's hold on that word surrogate, because I'm pretty sure that word is wrong and it should have been Supergate. And I'm gonna, at the end of this session, I'm gonna explain to you guys why. So, Supergate, remember that. Where was it? Yeah, in the uterus of the infertile woman, or a subrogate. Surrogate. Who cares? I'll just teach you what I know right now in a little bit. So pretty much, an egg donor is a woman who is willing to donate her eggs to a woman that is not able to produce her own eggs, or to a male couple, right? Or a female couple. No, female couple. That's not right, because, well, what if the females don't have good eggs, right? Both of them. That would be really bad luck, but I'm pretty sure it could happen. So anyways, it's just a woman that's gonna donate their eggs to a couple that is not able to conceive, because the good eggs are the problem. All right, and number 5, hypothalamus, and this is hypothalamo. Now, the hypothalamus is a part of the brain often referred to as the hormonal regulation center, located adjacent to and above the pituitary gland in both the men and the women. The tissue secretes hormones such as GnRH. So the hypothalamus is pretty much a part of the brain that is like the whole, well, it's not like the whole cause of hormones, but this stimulates the pituitary gland, which the pituitary gland I'm going to explain in tomorrow's video, which is like the mother of hormone releasing things, right? The pituitary gland is like the, how do you call it, the leader, the director of hormones. If there's gonna be a signal coming out of the brain to send the hormone, is pretty much gonna be coming from the pituitary gland. And if it doesn't come from the pituitary gland, it comes from the hypothalamus, which stimulates the pituitary gland, right? And I am going to tell you about GnRH in a little bit, but let's get to the other term, which is in vitro fertilization, or IVF, and in Spanish, fertilización in vitro. And this is a procedure in which one or more eggs, each removed from a mature follicle, is or are fertilized by a sperm outside of the human body. So this is pretty much it, what I've been explaining. They have an egg, right? And then they have several eggs. They have several eggs, but of course they're not going to put all of the eggs into the mother, right? They have, let's say, 12 eggs. And then they have them there, and then they put a sperm in each egg. And of course, not all of them make it. And they only put the ones that are fertilized into the mother. And if the mother has a good uterus and the only thing that she was missing was a good egg, then the mother will just have a regular pregnancy. If not, then they are going to have to put that egg into another mother, right? That I'm going to explain that in a little bit as well. So let's just keep it at that, right? If the mother is not able to produce her own good eggs, and that's it, that's the only problem, everything else is fine with her, they put the fertilized egg inside of her and she can have a baby. If not, they need to put that egg into another woman, but of course it'll have like well, it depends. If it's another woman's egg, right, it'll just have like the DNA material of the women, of the donor, and of the male, right? And in that case, it'll be inside of the woman's womb, even though they did it outside in the laboratory and stuff. All right, and stuff. How's that for a for a definition? All right, number 7, motility. Where is it? 7. Motility in Spanish is motilidad. What is motility? It is the percentage of moving sperm in a semen sample. Normally 50% or more sperm in a sample move rapidly. So this is a cause of why a male might not be able to impregnate a woman, right? Because his sperm have low motility. So if less than 50% of his sperm have low motility, then of course this person can still impregnate a woman, but there's a higher chance for that to not happen. All right, and that is what they test. The andrologist would actually perform the test to determine the motility of the sperm. Okay, and number 8, here it is, GnRH. GnRH, it's the same in Spanish, GnRH. Now, I have never had to interpret this ever, but I thought I would include it here because it gives you a better idea of what the hypothalamus actually does, right? So a hormone, so GnRH is a hormone made by a part of the brain called the hypothalamus. GnRH causes the pituitary gland in the brain to make and secrete hormones, luteinizing hormone LH and follicle stimulating hormones FSH. In men, these hormones cause the testicles to make testosterone. In women, they cause the ovaries to make estrogen and progesterone, also called gonadotropin releasing hormone, LHRH, and luteinizing hormone releasing hormone. So now my hypothalamus definition is starting to make sense, right? I think that if I had not given you that definition, I wouldn't be doing a good job. So even though I had never interpreted this, I thought this was perfect. That way you guys know that the hypothalamus sends a hormone to the pituitary gland, which is the mother of all glands, right? To send a hormone to the testicles if it's in a man, or a hormone to the ovaries, or to the what? Estrogen and so to the ovaries or to the testicles, right? Depending on the sex of the person. So a hypothalamus that is not working correctly is, of course, is going to be almost impossible for a woman to conceive if that is going on. So it I mean, I just find that amazing, right? It's not all about just testicles and ovaries, right? It's also about the brain. Like, this is like where everything just happens, and that's just crazy. Like, just one thing. Of course, it's probably common knowledge, right? Something goes haywire in the brain, and something else in the body is gonna suffer, right? But that's just it. And I mean, I would have never uh, like, before actually having one of these sessions, a fertility clinic session, I would have never thought about that. Like, it would have never like even slipped into my mind that it could be coming from the brain, right? Like, the cause of infertility is because a gland in the brain is not working correctly, right? That's just amazing to me. All right. Moving on to number 9, that is infertility. In Spanish is infertilidad, and infertility is the inability to conceive or to achieve a successful pregnancy over a considerable period of time, typically after 1 year for a female under the age of 35, or after 6 months for a female over the age of 35, despite determined attempts by intercourse without the use of contraception. So infertility just pretty much means that if a woman's trying to get pregnant and she is under the age of 35 and she has not been able to get pregnant in 1 year, she's infertile. If she's over the age of 35 and she cannot have a child, she cannot get pregnant, right? Within 6 months, and she is infertile as well. All right, and now we know that infertility does not necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the ovaries and testicles, right? I'm just so amazed by that. That's why I'm repeating it. It can also be the brain. All right, and number 10, host uterus, and this is útero subrogado. Also called a gestational mother, a couple's embryo is transferred to another woman who carries the pregnancy and returns the baby to the genetic parents immediately after birth. All right, so a host uterus, or a gestational mother, is, and I forgot to include gestational mother, but that will be madre gestacional. So this is a mother, like I said in the other example, right? This is a mother who, how can we say this? So the infertile woman, let's say that the cause of infertility is that she's not able to produce good eggs, and also she is not able to, like, she has a hostile uterus, right? Nothing's gonna grow in that uterus for X or Y reason. Why do I know? All right, so the only way that this person is ever going to be able to have a child, right, is to go ahead and, well, if she does in vitro, right, she could adopt a child as well. But if she happens to do in vitro, maybe she won't have any of her DNA will be in that baby, but the father's DNA will be there. So she really wants this for her husband, and I've seen stories like this. So they will pick a host mother, a host uterus, and this person is going to be, they make a lot of money, by the way. I don't know how I know that information. I researched it one day. I don't know why. All right, but anyways, so the lady lends her uterus. Of course, they need to pay for all of her medical care and for all, and they need to pay her money as well. So they make good money. All right, I'm gonna stop saying they make good money, and I'm gonna keep on explaining. So, so the partner can't have a baby. The lady's uterus is not going to be able to get a pregnancy happening. So they hire, or they get someone in the family, right, to be their host uterus or their gestational mother. And then that in vitro fertilization gets put into the host uterus, and the lady is the one that's going to have a pregnancy, right? So the infertile woman does not have a pregnancy. the woman, the whose uterus, the gestational mother, has a pregnancy, and at the end of the pregnancy, the lady that was pregnant does not get to keep the baby. She gives the baby to the parents, and the parents can enjoy their new baby, right? And there have been the legal battles and legal disputes over this. It just gets bad, but that's not the reason why we're here, right? We're just here to speak about medical stuff. So that is what whose uterus is. And I had a particular doubt on that word, subrogado, which subrogado we know is subrogate, and surrogate is sustituto. So my curiosity got the best of me, and I thought that subrogado was the same. That subrogate was the same as surrogate, but I was wrong. I learned today, and this definition this explanation comes from diffsense.com. That's diffsense, D-I-F-F sense.com. And it said that subrogate is to replace one person with another, whereas surrogate is to replace or substitute something with something else. So subrogate in this case is a subrogate mother, right? You are not substituting it, you are not replacing her, right? Well, you are replacing her, but it's a subrogate because you are replacing her, right? It's not like you're gonna take the baby out of the mother and then you're gonna, like, after some time you're gonna take the baby out of the mother and then you're gonna go ahead and put it into the other mother, right? You can't do that. So subrogate is someone that is completely replacing the other person, and a surrogate is replacing as well, but it's more like a substitute, right? For example, let's say the doctor is moving to another hospital, right? He got his gig, he's probably gonna do a fellowship and he's gonna leave. So then the doctor that is going to take his place is going to be the subrogate, right? He's going to be replacing the doctor, and the doctor's never going to come back. But if the doctor's out on vacation, his surrogate is probably going to be there, which is going to be a substitute, right? Or somebody that is going to be covering for that doctor in case they do, and they do most of the time, right? So that is something that I learned today: subrogate and surrogate. So subrogate is subrogado and surrogate is sustituto. Sorry, substituto almost slipped out, but it didn't. All right, so that is going to be pretty much it for me today. Remember that I'm gonna have another reproductive clinic vocabulary terms part 2 tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. This is going to be pretty much it for me today. Please leave your questions on the comments and I will answer some of them on the next session. If anything is time sensitive, please let me know. That way I can get to that session before the other ones that I have in the queue, right? Remember, I'll be here every Monday through Friday after work. I'll still be here tomorrow if I don't get too beat up from the COVID vaccine. I get my second, and I just said COVID. Who cares? All right, so from the Rona vaccine, right? If I don't feel too bad, I will definitely drop video number 2 tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I will, since I don't know how I'll be, so I'm gonna ask the whole day off just in case anything happens, right? I don't wanna be interpreting there feeling very bad. So yeah, that's gonna happen tomorrow. And just so you guys can have a look at my little mural here, my just 7 more likes to go. Let's get that 100 likes to the prepare for the CCHI video, guys. I'm pretty sure we can do it. I'm pretty sure we can do it tomorrow. Can we do it tomorrow? Yes, we can. All right, also remember that we have a Patreon page for as little as just $1 of your support. You help motivate us to create much more content, and you will have access to all the medical practice videos ad-free on that page. You'll get scripts to those videos, answer sheets, vocabulary lists, and much more content, and you will forever, most importantly, win a place inside of our heart. We love all of our Patreons. We love everyone that has ever bottles of coffee. We love all of our subscribers. We love you that's watching the end of this video. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video for much more content and have not done so. And of course, don't forget to share. Happy interpreting. Goodbye.
If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, share this video with other beginner interpreters or anyone who can benefit from this information. Thank you all so much for all the support you guys have given us. This means the world to us. Don't forget, we also have social media. We have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram and the one I love the most, TikTok. We just recently got a Buy Me a Coffee, and also, if you guys didn't already know, we do have a Patreon account. If you guys would like to support us a little more, we'd love to have you guys over there. And as always, I will be posting all the links to these pages down below in the description box. Thanks for watching!